Okie dokie. So I'm going to be taking a break from this two-panel piece for a little bit today, for quite a while today. I need to step back from it, and I've got to redo the painting that got torn off the stretcher. I haven't let the person who ordered it know yet, because I want to make some significant strides in it before I go. I'm redoing it. She's waited about a year for this. She has things going on too, but she's waited about a year for this. And so I don't want her to think I'm going to be pushing it to the side. I have time now. I'll be explaining to her in a little while. Like I said, when I get this set up and really make some significant progress on the new portrait, I'll let her know. And then I can post this. But in the meantime, I was thinking last night and this morning about loss because of Bugsy. And the portraits that I'm working on right now, the one that I have to redo, I didn't even like anyway. I mean, not that I didn't like it, I just really wasn't happy with the finished result. And I've been kind of stuttering and stammering and hanging on to it, hoping I could find that thing. If I redo the edges like I do, if I finish those, sometimes it helps with the front. But it wasn't cohesive with the other panel, the other portrait that it went with. And it's really been bothering me. Because as I said, we can't send out stuff that's just okay. We can't create artwork that's just okay, but has a tremendous amount of excuses behind it. I don't like to send artwork out like that. So with the torn canvas, the canvas that's separated from the stretcher, it's actually given me the opportunity to redo it, and I know I can redo it quickly and actually more accurately because I had the head tilted a little wrong. This wasn't right. I just wasn't happy, and it wasn't cohesive with the second one. So I've been out here starting it, and as you can see now, it's Christy and Bobby, one I've talked about in a million different videos, but Bobby, the finished Bobby, or the whatever it was, version of Bobby, really wasn't cohesive with Christy. So I feel like this gives me the opportunity to do something that's more reflective of Bobby and also ties together better with Christy. Bobby had more detail in it, and it was really bugging me. So what I did this morning, I thought about it last night, was although I'm grieving the loss of my best friend, and the house is profoundly silent and disturbingly silent and empty without him. I got up this morning, I did my stuff, I emailed people, I made the phone calls I had to make, one very serious phone call, not to Christy rather, but to someone else. Anyway, I decided I would iron a shirt, which I did. Took a shower, put on clean clothes, ironed my shirt so I would feel a little bit better, it would lift me. It is something I have been doing every single day, putting on a clean ironed shirt, whether I'm on camera or not. And then I decided that even though Bugsy is not here, I will walk for an hour after I get up, and then an hour at night. And I'm going to set it up so I have to go do these things. I have to go to the convenience store later this evening to pick something up. And I'm going to keep it that way. I'm just going to keep it that way. One thing I learned in a severe depression that I was in several years ago was, my heart was broken again, was to do the exact opposite of what I felt like doing. Instead of like sitting in a chair or laying on a couch or laying in bed all day long and watching Netflix on my iPad or whatever, do the exact opposite. Set a goal, and when you reach it, you reward yourself. And that's how I've worked myself out of most sadnesses. I've tried to. So the ones lately have been hard. But a lot of sadnesses and that very, very, very deep depression where I was diagnosed with clinical depression. I saw a therapist, I went to AA and Al-Anon meetings, and I did everything I could to get to the bottom of why I was so brokenhearted. and saw that I was repeating relationships. I hate to say this, but from my childhood and adulthood, and started cutting those people out who were just constant reminders of you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, no one wants you, you should kill yourself, which is seriously was said to me by two of my sisters. Like, I don't think about that all the time. So anyway, left those people behind. Just decided I'm not jumping through the hoops anymore. Instead of, oh, someone likes, well, I still do this kind of sort of, people like me, okay, I can be a circus monkey. I still do kind of do that, but not with the enthusiasm and passion I used to. So once again, it is, what I did during the clinical depression was I would make myself get up, and it took all of my energy. This was before I got Bugsy. This was a little bit before I had Bugsy. Make myself get up, drive to my favorite coffee shop, and all I had to do was, it was first I went to the Earth House in Orleans on Cape Cod and buy something small, an item for $1, $3, something like that. All I had to do was look at the cashier in the eye and speak to them. Then I could give myself a reward. And I didn't do it every day, but I did it often. Forced myself to go places where I knew people, I had to speak to them. I could not talk like this. I could only talk in a whisper. And it was hard, I could only talk in a whisper, and it was really hard for me to look people in the eye. So I had to retrain myself to operate a different way. So I've tried to base digging myself out of things, out of very serious mental and emotional situations with that. You went to this one place, well, I won't get into it. I won't get into it, but I've done it for other situations. Let's just put it that way. And then once I decide I'm going to do something, that's it. I'm like a Jack Russell Terrier, and I just grab on and I can't let go. I'm very, once I've decided we're not doing this anymore, we're going in this direction, I just try and stop me. Like a train, I made up my mind, I get very focused, and that's it. So that's what's happening here. And what made me want to motivate myself to move in a different direction, relieve myself of the anguish of losing my best friend. Is remembering, out of respect, that I am doing work for people who are also grieving. This poor woman has lost both of her parents and one of her dogs, and she's had other loss as well. She is grieving horribly. My grief cannot continue out of respect for her, or I have to find a way to mobilize myself out of respect for her. I have to show her the kindness that I would appreciate, and it has been extended to me in my loss. People have extended tremendous kindness to me when I have been, well, not all the time, but a lot of the time when I've been really, 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 really broken. And then there's people that just decide they're going to break you for the fun of it, and you have to find a way to like reward yourself. I did this thing with this person who was trying to break me, and I didn't allow them to do it today. I didn't allow them to do it. I rose above. I am better than them. Reward. Sometimes it's sopapillas from a Mexican restaurant, but I try and stay away from sugary, real sugary foods. Maybe it's a new tube of paint. Maybe it's a pair of socks. Something I need, but I have to earn it. I have a very strict reward system. My friend over here, Christy, is grieving horribly for Bobby, as is the entire community that Bobby was in. Oh my God, my sweaty ass hair. Out of respect, I have to do the work. I have to alleviate them in any way I can of their pain. That's what being a human being should be. Oh, listen to me, I'm all lofty. Oh, I'm so awesome. This is what the kindness we should be expressing to one another, especially now, especially right now, where the world is upside down and sideways and we're all hurting. It is our responsibility to see other people's points of view and relieve their suffering. And this is something I've always believed. It sounds like I just had like this massive awakening, but this is the way I operate. So I'm taking my heartbreak, I'm trying to take my utter heartbreak and the the emptiness I feel, the emptiness in my home, the emptiness in my heart, and trying to move as bravely forward as I can out of respect for others and the kindness and the respect they've shown me. That's my lecture. So I'm going to be setting this up we're going to do a studio mate right now, and then I'm going to call Christy. But we're going to do a studio mate right now. I am actually lining Bobby up in more correct proportions. Christy's hair made her much taller than Bobby, so I'm re-angling. Where is Bobby? Oh crap, I put down his photo again. I'm re-angling Bobby, and this is something I spent during the entire time. Here, I'll show you. I'm so embarrassed. The entire time I was painting poor Bobby, I really didn't have his head correctly. It was tilted down a little too much. So I'm trying to lift it so it's more aligned with the reference material. But with all of this is all the water and fire, or actually this is water and blood. It didn't really work with Christie's. This water and blood is tiny detail compared to Christie's. So I'm going to make that larger so it pops. I'm going to make sure that the stripes in Bobby's shirt are more cohesive to the actual reference material. Although I do like that, that's fun. We'll just see what happens with that. In the meantime, I've got my press shirt. I don't know if you can tell, but it's warm out here. So I'm at least going to turn on the fan. And it's not really going to help because I'm dressed like it's winter time. But I'm going to move forward. Oh, I know where Bobby's picture is. It's on my iPad. No. I found the black and white copy. But what did I do with it? There he is. So I'm going to be working on this again. All right. So welcome to Studio Mate in another state. After all of this, I hope you have a project to work on. And here we go with the jingle. Ready? Patreon, #cats, meow, meow, meow. Remember to go on my Patreon page. If you don't see something that you want on the Patreon page, help support Studio 120. Help me to get new equipment so we can have more interactive time together. Better lighting, maybe put up a wall that is even, that I can move around and work on. I mean, there's different things that I want to do that will make this a better experience for everyone. Just keep it in mind. Patreon, #cats, meow, meow, meow. Support starts at $5 a month, goes to $10 a month, whatever you want to do. There's all kinds of rewards. If you don't see something you like, let me know. That's the thing, I think. Although I'll probably think of something else in a little while because I do that. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Isn't it funny? The two projects are helping each other stand up. But let's get to work on this, on stuff. And I am gonna turn something, no, I'm not gonna, am I gonna turn something on? I don't know. I might put my headphones in, I haven't decided yet. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the fan, that's for sure. Jesus Christmas, it's hot out here. I think I got it aimed in the right place and it squirts out. Oh well. Yeah, that's the problem with doing this on camera. You get to see warts and all what's going on. Warts and all. I'm not ashamed of it. This is all the stuff they don't tell you. Things can go horribly wrong. And then you just go ahead and fix them. And don't whine about it. Don't cry into horsey. I say don't cry, go cry on the wussy. In several videos. Do you know where that's from? One of my favorite movies ever won the Academy Awards, I think in '77, I'm not sure. Oh, won a bunch of them, I think. Anyway, The Goodbye Girl with Richard Dreyfuss. Go cry on the wussy. Great movie, one of the greatest movies of all time. And I still cry when I see it. Cry like a lost soul in the woods. He says it to Lucy, who is Marsha Mason's daughter in the movie. Lucy has a crush on Richard Dreyfuss's character, and he's started this very serious relationship with Marsha Mason. And so he takes Lucy out for a horse ride around Central Park. And she's not having it. So they have a long talk about how much he loves his mother, and her mother, and how much he loves Lucy. And it's a really beautiful monologue. And he ends it with tickling her, make her laugh. And he says, something about something. Not if you don't like it, but go cry on the wussy. It's so sweet. It makes Lucy laugh even harder. Oh, mail lady's here. Oh, man. A little oven on wheels. What fun. Have a good day. Okay, I just got something I've been waiting for, and they're they're gators from Science.com, so I'm going to do a reveal, an unboxing rather, in a little bit. So we can all see what they look like, how they turned out. All right, what I need next, now I'm going to do the shirt. What I need next is actually in a basket behind these two paintings. The thing that's going to help me make all the blood and water come together. So first, make sure I lift his shoulder, bring it out a little bit more, and then down. You've got the bow tie. Hit it too low with the last portrait. Hopefully this time I get it right. Love this bow tie. Slightly oversized. I've wanted to wear bow ties my whole life, but my boobs are too big. So good on Bobby. You still have the head very high. But I can always correct it later. Don't worry. Now I wipe some of the spray paint off, not just because I've made a mistake, but where it allows me to take away, it will affect the oil paint that goes on top differently, and it's really exciting to me. The variations and thicknesses, and this divot right here, with the lines on the outside, the lines of orange on the outside, that to me is very exciting. It'll allow me to play with the oil paint a little bit more, because it's basically dyeing the gessos and the canvas underneath without taking over. This is all nerdy crap. Nobody can see but me. I'm a big nerd when it comes to painting. Nerdy pants. And wiping it down too keeps the paint from getting too thick and cracking later. This is just mineral spirits. Shirt. This might be it. It's a little big, but it's okay. I have a couple things I use for lines. An old grill, which weighs 900 pounds to my crippled body. And then refrigerator thingamabob? I don't even know. I used to have paper that I had cut into these lines, but it probably fell apart. So we're going to go with this little doodad, even though it's a little big. I can still split it up. The lines are a little big. I can still split it up. Split them up, pardon me. not gonna really worry about down here, because I'm gonna be putting in the water. That will have its own shape, flow going on. One other color. I still have to do all the background. But like I said, it's holding up those paintings over there. It's up against the wall, hanging on, hanging on some screws, holding up the paintings. So I'm just going to go ahead and make some notes to myself. Oh. So I don't want to put down too many oil lines because the aerosol is still thick, still sticky rather. And so it's, I got to give it time to dry it in here. But like a few lines in, excuse me, a few lines using mineral spirit and oil isn't going to hurt anything. And you see, this is where the lip was supposed to meet, right here with that blue. It's incorrect. I'm not gonna worry about it. Now that I've got it laid out and I'm putting down lines, I can see how incorrect I was. It's fine. Doesn't matter. It's all fixable. right, I got a reasonably good start on Bobby. I've got the basic layout done, except for, there we go. Except for the water and blood that goes behind him. And the water and blood is significant to, significant to me. It signifies Durga. And I realize that these aren't the same religions. But Bobby was a Buddhist. However, I'm in love with the idea of Durga, the mother of Ganesh, who bore him sort of out of fury. Shiva was demanding, I did this in another video, a couple of other ones, Shiva the god who was kind of a lazy fat ass, and Durga did all the heavy lifting. That's the way it always is. Shiva, lazy flame. Oh, okay, I shouldn't say anything. Anyway, Shiva demanded to see Durga. Durga was taking a bath and wanted to think about things and in the bath. And Ganesh at the time was a whole boy, and he was standing guard. And he said, "Mother doesn't want to be disturbed," standing guard at his bath door. And Shiva demanded to go in, and Ganesh said no. And so Shiva took his thingamabob, sliced his head off. Durga heard what was going on, this is my understanding, jumped out of the bathtub, opened the door and said, "You stupid MF, what the F did you do to my son? Fix this or I'll destroy you," basically, as I said, is my understanding. So Shiva went out and chopped off the head of, I think the first animal he saw, which was an elephant, stuck it on top of Ganesh's body, and there you go. You've got a new son. An animal had two-legged son. So, but Shiva, the water that is flowing back here is representative of Shiva in the bath, and it has nothing to do with Bobby. It's just me. And the blood is her fury, her passion, her love for her son, to me, and her facilitating the rebirth of her son into Ganesh, who is this great figure, this figure that millions of people around the world turn to clear their paths, and to do a bunch of other stuff, but we won't get into it. So anyway, that's what's going back here. I think I'm going to add more teals and blues in the water than I did before. It was a lot of red, and it kind of looks like he's burning in hell, and we don't want that, because namaste, Bobby, namaste. Anyway, we're going to cut it off right now. Oh, Jesus, just got so much worse. It's really warm. So, holy crap. Well, that's disgusting. So I'm going to go inside. I got to change my shirt into another fresh iron shirt, dry off, and then we're gonna unbox the gaiters that I got as a test to see how gaiters would turn out for other people. Anyway, let's do that, and then don't forget Patreon #cats meow meow meow. All right, we'll do another studio mate in a little while today, because I'm keeping at this. I'm not giving up. I'm not taking any more breaks. So we're moving forward with rewards and sometimes snacks. Ciao.